Sorry if my voice sounds very raspy today. A bit of info before I go into this, but I was away at Germany last week. Um, Sorry I didn't notify you guys about that, but it got so busy that I didn't have any time to notify you guys about that. But yes, it is true. I was at Germany all of last week. The place I was staying at really didn't have that much adequate Wi-Fi connection. It was only through broadband, um, and really had very little to very no access to the internet at all. And that's really too bad that now I get the time to make this video, because just imagining my shock that I find that on last week on the 11th of August, Robin Williams died by suicide in his home. He was 63 years old. I believe 62. I have to check the thing, right? But still, this is just such. When I found out about this, when I got back from Germany, back to the States, I like many of you guys who I know Robin Williams for obviously his stand-up comedy, his acting. It's just a giant blow to the heart, and just such a giant cut into my childhood and everyone's childhood. Robin Williams was just a brilliant actor, superb performer, superb comedian, had just this infectious energy behind him. He made everybody laugh, even the most glum person at least cracked a smile. Like he lived for that. He lived for making people happy. He lived for giving joy and laughter and happiness to many people through 3-4 decades, 3-4 generations of people who have been influenced, who have been inspired by his comedy, who have been simply in awe and just in complete laughter of just the sheer emotion of this man, of this person, this wonderful human being. And it's just so jarring to find like how he just simply ended his own life. And it boggles the mind. This even became like a big internet sensation on, like, it was trending on Twitter, Facebook, all over the web. And that just goes to show you a testament of just how impacting, just how influential, and just how much he has touched people's lives, just how much he has changed people's lives, just by being funny, just by sharing his humor, sharing his comedy with those who would listen, and just enamoring a ginormous fan base for 3-4 generations, 3-4 decades. And it just goes to show how much he mattered to people, how much he mattered to me. There's many roles throughout his life, throughout many of his wide-spanning career, that I could list, but the one I will always remember is his portrayal as the genie in Aladdin. Not only was that movie such a large staple of my childhood during the 1990s, but Genie and Robin was like this. They were a perfect hand in a glove match made in heaven, just perfect together. The genie's frenzied energy matched with Robin Williams' just brilliant, clever comedic energy, and it just created a character that is just so deep and so puts a smile on your face. It definitely put a smile on my face when I saw it as a kid. It's just so When I first found out about it, I was at loss for words. Robin Williams, his comedic acting is simply legendary. He didn't his comedic style even ventured into more serious roles. I'm thinking of the film 1 Hour Photo in mind, which was just a super serious role that he had played, but he didn't play it to the point that it looked very cliche and planned and scripted. He embraced that character that he played, and it's just phenomenal. Brief, I can only imagine what the family of Robin Williams and his closest friends, his closest colleagues, his fellow comedians who have worked with him over the years, whether it's Disney or to the genre of comedy. Only I can imagine what they must be feeling right now. The world has just become a lot less of a happier place because Robin Williams is not here. And it's just so heartbreaking to know a piece of my childhood and everyone's childhood, and I'm sure your childhood as well. I think the most sobering thing about this whole thing is that this incredible man has left behind a very long-lasting legacy, whether it be his stand-up or his cartoons or his voice acting in films, cartoon movies, children's movies, even to be at that very serious roles in very stern, strict films. He has just left a ginormous work behind. He's left a large part of himself behind with us. And although it's just so sad to know that he's not going to be here anymore, I find an incredible solace and extreme comfort in knowing that the work he has left behind will always remind us of him and will always give us laughter and joy, especially when times right now are so hard. I think if Robin Williams was listening or was watching, if there was like a computer on the other side, like call it heaven or the universe or some other thing, but if there was a computer in the afterlife and he was watching many of the heartfelt tributes people have given to him these last few days, this whole week, if he knew how happy he made people, and just what a tremendous gift he's left behind. If he was watching me right now in this video with my very bad raspy voice, I'd tell him, Mr. Williams, thank you so very, very much from the depths of my heart, from the depths of my very soul, from my own spirit and from my own humanity. Just thank you so much for everything you have done, for making us laugh, for making us cry, for making us feel better when life was just so bleak and so meaningless. I just kind of wished that Mr. Williams will miss you, I'll miss you, the world will miss you. Just thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for being such a staple in my childhood. And we'll miss you. We'll see you on the other side, on that comedic stage, and once again, you'll spread your love and your joy for everyone to see and laugh and experience the greatest pleasure that there ever is to experience in life. Joy and laughter, which truly is the best medicine. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. From Mr. Music Fan to you. My heartfelt condolences and prayers go out to the family, and nothing else needs to be said. Rest in peace, Mr. Williams. We love you and we miss you.